Have you ever engaged in a serious debate over which is better, Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? Have you ever played Smash or Pass using only characters from Star Wars and Marvel movies? If you answered yes to any of these questions, we have the podcast for you. Listen to The Steam Gentlemen, the podcast where an expert panel convenes to ask the questions about pop culture and social commentary that other podcasts are afraid to ask. Listen to The Steam Gentlemen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, Wrestling Fans International Association is back. That's right, the premier fan club association of the 1970s and 1980s has been revived and is back in business. Join today. It's free at thewfia.org. That's thewfia.org. You can also join us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/WFIA 1969. Welcome back, everybody, to the 1987 Supermod. I am your host, Brad Drake, and this is the World Wrestling Federation all month long for the month of October. And the WWF continues their live event tour at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum in Fort Wayne, Indiana this evening, everybody. Now, for those of you that may not have been paying attention, we are only weeks away from the release of version 11 of the Supermod. So make sure, everybody, that you check it out on December 1st. All right, let's roll along with this tour date. And here we go. We are not using any broadcasters, so we're good to go on that one. Our absent workers are exactly who we expect to be out. And we got some problems with Scott Casey. He showed up hungover. That's really not that big of a deal. I'm going to give him a slap on the wrist. There we go, and here we have Chief Joust Jay Strongbow doing his thing with Mario Mancini, and Mario Mancini today is a part owner of Paradise Alley Wrestling along with Paul Roma. Mario Mancini's got a pretty cool podcast. Check it out, and from what I understand, their wrestling promotion is pretty cool. Also, speaking of wrestling promotions, let's check out ours here in TEW. Let's give our card a rundown for this evening. Brad Rheingans will face Iron Mike Sharpe. Shadow number 2 is going to battle the Ultimate Warrior. Sivi Afi will face the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Outback Jack is going to lock horns with Hercules. Hillbilly Jim and the one-man gang will go at it. Tama is going to face Rick Martel as that feud between Strikeforce and the Islanders continues. Danny Davis, not Nightmare Danny Davis, but Dangerous Danny Davis will face Tito Santana. Ken Patera is going to battle Butch Reed. In our semi-main, everybody, we have Orton and Muraco against the British Bulldogs. And for those of you that don't know, at this time period, Don Muraco is getting ready to make a babyface turn here. And in our main event, everybody, we're going to see the Macho Man, Randy Savage, against the Honky Tonk Man for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. And for those of you that may not know, the asterisk indicates matches that I've either changed or added to the card in order to give us a 10-match card. Everything asterisk-free is the real matches that were on the card for that evening. So here we go, everybody. With all that said, let's get to booking. And here we go. Rheingans and Mike Sharpe in the opener. And we have Rheingans versus Sharpe. Here's Brad Rheingans. Here is Iron Mike Sharpe. And we're going to leave this one open-ended. This one's good to go. All right. We have Shadow number 2, Jose Luis Rivera, who actually wrestled for this one under another name. I don't think it was Jose Luis Rivera. I think he wrestled as Red Demon or something like that. And we're not going to change it over just for one match here. He's going to face the Ultimate Warrior. And of course, the Ultimate Warrior is battling that injury in our game here. But that's the way it goes. So here we go. Shadow number 2 against the Ultimate. Ooh, clicked the wrong thing there. Against the Ultimate Warrior, who I think was still Dingo Warrior at this point. But that's all right. We made the change in the game. I don't think anybody's feelings are hurt. Are your feelings hurt? Mine aren't hurt. All right, there we go. This one's all set. And Sivi Afi, I think I have Sivi written there. I always get this guy confused. So we have Afi versus DiBiase. Afi, I don't get confused, but I do get confused if it's Sivi or Siva. We're going to find out real quick here, aren't we? It's Siva, so I'm going to get that adjusted on our sheet because, as you know, I am a weird nerd like that everything's got to be right. So here we go. Sivi Afi. And, of course, Ted DiBiase is going to get the win here, everybody. Ted DiBiase is on the rise, doing some really cool promos at this point. It's one where he kicked the basketball away from the kid, made the woman bark like a dog. It was good stuff. I remember watching that stuff live as a kid and getting pissed off. Be like, what is going on here? Here we go. Outback Jack against Hercules. Outback Jack is on his way out of the WWF. He is used primarily, well, strictly as enhancement talent at this point. Here is Outback Jack. Hercules, of course, was a very good hand in the ring. Lacked a little bit of promo ability, but outside of that, the guy was aces. And pairing him up with Bobby Heenan was a smart move. I remember when Hercules made his babyface run. I was a fan. He changed trunks colors. For those of you who don't remember, he went from wearing black trunks to blue trunks. You would never see something like that nowadays. But that's how it was back then. They had that much attention to detail. Afi and DiBiase should be 8 minutes. I'm going to make that adjust. Mint. And here we go with Hillbilly Jim and the one-man gang going at it here. And they're going to go 10 minutes. All right, so here is Hillbilly Jim versus one-man gang. I think Hillbilly Jim won by DQ the last time these two met. So we're going to leave this one open-ended. No, we're going to do something different. We're going to do a draw. These are two big dudes. We're going to do a double count out. Nah, we're not going to do that because of the main event. All right, we are going to do Victor is going to go to one-man gang, and we are going to have it due to manager interference. So there we go. All right, good deal. Tama versus Martel. They're going to go 12. Of course, Martel is going to get the win here because Strikeforce is getting the big tag team push. Here's our man, Rick Martel. Always in great shape. Always a good wrestler. Big fan of Rick Martel. I really liked in about 97, 98 we made a comeback in WCW. He was older. He was in good shape. He won the TV title. It was a shame. He damaged his knee or something. He came back, and then he got hurt again. And that was it, unfortunately. All right, so here we go with the other half of Strikeforce now, as we have Danny Davis and Tito Santana. And this one was actually the main event of the card, I think. Probably the only card Danny Davis ever main evented. All right, here's Dangerous Danny Davis. And here is the long-standing WWF star, Tito Santana. Santana with the victory here, everybody. This one's in the books. So Strikeforce continues their push. All right, got Kenny Patera here against Butch Reed. Two strong, powerful men in there. I would give the edge in strength to Patera, even at his advanced age here. But I would give the edge to street fighting capabilities to Butch Reed, who apparently was a bad, bad dude. For those of you that don't know, Butch Reed was actually on the rodeo circuit in Kansas City. And let me tell you something. Those rodeo guys are nasty. You do not want to mess with them. And Butch Reed was a case in point. If I'm correct, I think Butch Reed was a roper. I remember him saying. I think that's what he was into, was team roping. And you got to be a strong dude to do team roping. All right, we're going to leave this one open-ended, because why not? That's going to bring us up to Orton and Muraco versus the Bulldogs. Remember, Orton and Muraco are on the outs here, everybody. They're getting ready to split as a team. So here's how we're going to do this finish. We're going to have Davey Boy Smith get the win, but it's going to come by botched outside interference. Okay, so we will have Magnificent Muraco accidentally get hit by Bob Orton. So that starts adding fire to them going to split. All right, that should be a really good match. That's probably going to outscore the main event, I'd imagine. Could be wrong, but I would imagine. All right, here we go. Savage versus Honky Tonk Man in the main event. Intercontinental Heavyweight title is on the line. And here is our Macho Man. What a talent. Going back and watching that guy, what a talent. He was a big dude, but he was a cat. He was like a cat in the ring. So smooth. And he was in his mid to late 30s already. Let's double check his age there. It was just on screen, but I ignored it. Yeah, he's 34 already. So where most people's bodies are starting to slow down, Macho Man still had it all the way. All right, the winner is going to be the Macho Man, Randy Savage. And it's going to come by DQ. Both these men have the psychology. So we are going to have ourselves an epic here. And this one's booked. All right, we're good to go for this show. Just about 150 minutes where we're usually at. Rock and roll, hoochie coo, let's go. All right, Brad Rheingans gets the win here over Iron Mike Sharpe. Makes sense with the location that we're in, which is the Midwest. Brad Rheingans was over in the Midwest, hence the 84. Again, the WWF product is based more so on overness than quality of wrestling. All right, Shadow number 2 takes his lumps to the Ultimate Warrior, and you know Rivera took a beating in that one. 40 overall for this one. Here we go, Ted DiBiase getting the win over Sivi Afi with that $1 Million Dream, 72. On this one, everybody. Coming up next are Outback Jack and Hercules. Hercules gets the win. Excuse me, everybody. Today is a very high pollen day where I live, and my allergies are acting up, and I'm coughing and sneezing and blowing my nose. So I apologize that I had to mute up there for a second in order to cough. So Outback Jack takes the fall to Hercules. Hercules gets the win with that backbreaker rack. Up next here, we have Hillbilly Jim and One Man Gang. And the gang gets the win here with the 747 after Slick interfered. Good stuff. Absolutely good stuff here. Up next, Tama and Rick Martel. Outstanding score here as Rick Martel gets the win, 81 overall for these two combatants. And here we go, Dangerous, Danny Davis and Tito Santana. Santana wins with that flying forearm, 81-60, gives us a 77 overall. Good stuff. Here comes the big tag match. I expect an outstanding score here. Oh, no, it was Patera and Reed. Patera and Reed getting 81. And surprisingly, Ken Patera gets the win here over Butch Reed. Kind of makes sense, though. We're in the Midwest, old AWA territory, and Ken Patera was huge there. Here comes our big tag match. I think this one's going to get like an 87. 96! Whoa! Serious business. So there you go. Botched interference by Bob Orton Jr. gets the win here for the British Bulldogs. Good stuff. And here comes our main event, just as I predicted. 100 for Randy Savage here. 100 for Randy Savage. I'm going to say it one more time. 100 for Randy Savage here. Outstanding score. Honky Tonk Man holds his end of the bargain decently here with a 77. Good stuff here. 91 for this one overall. And like I said, I had a feeling that tag match was going to beat this one, mostly because of the work of the Honky Tonk Man, which was limited. Not bad. He had good work, but limited. All right, 91 overall, everybody, on this one. Let's see how our show does overall. 88. Good stuff. And here we go. Here we're going to point out Randy Savage. We're going to most definitely point out the Bulldogs here. Here's Dynamite Kid. Here is Davey Boy Smith. All three excellent, great performance. We're going to make that speech. Macho Man's pleased. Dynamite's pleased. Davey Boy is pleased. Brad Drake is pleased. We're heading back to the main screen here, everybody. We have, coming up next here, we have a Madison Square Garden show coming up. Let's adjust these before we screw it up. We have a Madison Square Garden taping coming up on Sunday, so that's going to push these shows over. All right, let's take a look at what's going on here. All American Wrestling only gets 233,000 views. BS. It'd be at least a few million. Challenge only gets 125,000 views. BS. It would be a couple million. Davey Boy Smith likes Hercules. Thank you, Davey Boy Smith. You're only like 26 years old here. Who are you to say who's got upside? Tama is tired. Iron Mike Sharpe is tired. We don't care. And that, everybody, is going to do it for this one. Steve Regal won the PWA heavyweight title. Good for him. All right. That's going to do it for us for this one, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. For those of you that are new to the channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and leave us a message below. Let us know how you found the channel and what you think of us so far. Everybody, you can get version 10.1 now on patreon.com/PowerCast Network. It's only $5. Everybody, you'll get access to the newest version of the Supermod, latest version of the Supermod. You'll get access to all of our spreadsheets early and, get access to all of our spreadsheets. You'll get access to all of our shows early and ad-free. And there's so much more, everybody. Check it out today, patreon.com/PowerCast Network. And don't forget, everybody, to check us out over on social media, facebook.com/group/1987Supermod. And you can also get a free membership to Wrestling Fans International Association. Check it out today. WFIA is on the move. We have a convention scheduled for September of 2024. You can read about all of it over at thewfia.org. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next time.